Good morning, everyone. Today's devotional comes from Romans 12, 1-8, where Paul teaches us that because of God's mercy, every believer has been gifted by God to serve, to encourage, and to strengthen the body of Christ. Which is so good because many Christians these days wonder, do I really have anything valuable to offer? And maybe you felt that way yourself. Maybe you've looked at others and thought they're more gifted than I am, or what I do doesn't really matter. But Romans 12 gives us a different picture. Paul begins by reminding us of God's mercy. Before he talks about spiritual gifts, and I love this, he talks about surrender. He says that in view of God's mercies, we are to offer our lives as living sacrifices to him. In other words, our service doesn't come from trying to earn God's approval. It flows directly from gratitude for what Christ has already done for us. Paul then tells believers not to think too highly of themselves, but also not to underestimate themselves. True humility is simply seeing ourselves right before God. Every gift that we have is a gift of grace. We didn't earn it. We don't need to compare ourselves to others. God has uniquely equipped each one of us for his purpose. And one of the beautiful images that Paul uses is that of the human body. Just as the body has many parts with different function, the church is made up of many people with different gifts. Not everyone teaches, not everyone leads, not everyone serves in the same way, but every single person has a role to play. The church grows and is strengthened when each member faithfully contributes to what God has given them. Paul then becomes very practical. He says, if your gift is to serve, then serve. If it's teaching, then teach. If it's encouraging. If it is to show mercy, then do it cheerfully. His point is very simple here. God's given you a gift, not for your own glory, but to build up others. So use it. Perhaps the most needed gift in many of the churches that I've been to these days is encouragement. A simple text message, a prayer, a kind word, or taking time to listen can become a powerful way that God strengthens someone who is struggling. In our world that is so busy and fast-paced and individualistic, encouragement can be lacking at times. So as you go through this week, remember this: you are not accidental. You are not unnecessary. If you belong to Christ, God has gifted you for the good of others. And so ask yourself, who can I encourage this week? How can I serve someone in a practical way? Where can I use what God has given me to build up his people? My prayer is that we would follow Jesus' example, who came not to be served, but to serve. And I hope and pray that our gifts are used to reflect his love to those people around us. I pray you have a great day. God bless.